Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, why does the same emotional pain keep coming back? Perhaps the faces are different, the places are different, the relationships are different, yet the feeling remains exactly the same. You feel rejected, misunderstood, not good enough, or afraid that one day, the people you love will leave you. You tell yourself, I've moved on, I've forgotten about it, I'm stronger now. But then, one small disagreement, one unanswered message, one unexpected goodbye, and suddenly, emotions that seemed buried return with surprising intensity. Why does this happen? Why do some experiences affect us so deeply? Even years later, Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, believed the answer lies not in the events happening around us, but in the hidden world within us. He believed that the experiences we refuse to face never truly disappear. Instead, they move into what he called the unconscious, a vast and powerful part of the mind that silently shapes our thoughts, emotions, choices, and relationships. Today, I invite you to take a gentle journey inward, not to judge yourself, not to blame your past, but to understand something that may change the way you see your own healing. Because sometimes, the pain we avoid becomes the pain that quietly controls our lives. Most of us never learned how to deal with emotional pain. We learned how to hide it. As children, many of us heard messages like, "Don't cry, be strong, stop being so sensitive, everything is fine." Slowly, without even realizing it, we began believing that difficult emotions were something to hide rather than something to understand. Responsible, helpful, successful. Yet beneath all those achievements, a quiet part of us kept whispering, "Please don't forget me." That quiet voice is often the part of ourselves carrying old pain. Jung believed that every experience we reject, every emotion we suppress, and every memory we refuse to acknowledge doesn't disappear. It becomes part of the unconscious. Think of the unconscious as a large house with many rooms. The rooms you visit every day are your conscious thoughts, what you know about yourself. But there's also a locked basement, a place where painful memories, fears, shame, grief, and unmet needs are stored. Closing the basement door doesn't empty the room. It only hides what's inside. And what remains hidden often gains more power, not less. This is why someone who was constantly criticized as a child may become an adult who fears making even the smallest mistake. This is why someone who felt emotionally abandoned may become deeply anxious whenever a loved one becomes distant. The present moment isn't always creating the pain. Sometimes, it is simply opening the door to an old room that was never healed. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every single day. At first, it feels exhausting. Your shoulders ache. Your back hurts. You notice every kilogram. But after years of carrying it, your body adjusts. You no longer notice the weight. You simply believe that walking through life is supposed to feel this difficult. Emotional pain works in much the same way. Many people become so accustomed to anxiety, people-pleasing, perfectionism, or fear of rejection that they begin to believe, "This is just who I am." But Carl Jung would gently challenge that belief. He would ask, "Is this truly who you are? Or is it who you had to become in order to survive?" That question changes everything, because healing doesn't begin by trying to become someone else. Healing begins by becoming curious about the person you already are, and perhaps about the pain you have spent years trying not to feel.